Hello everyone, welcome back to the allotments. I've been here most of the afternoon and it's been really warm, actually quite muggy, humid afternoon, and it's been quite hard work digging stuff over and sort of getting ground ready to put some beans and some more like pumpkin and squash and things like that in. So yeah, been quite hard work, not much reward it seems, but that's how it is sometimes up here. But of course I'm here to talk about the Allotment Dram. Today I've picked a very famous whisky, and it is the Johnnie Walker Blue Label. Very well known all around the world, and really sort of particularly popular within this biggest selling sort of super premium blended whisky in the world, and very sort of highly regarded, and seen almost as a status symbol in a lot of countries, and with sort of businessmen and so on. But also multi-award winning. It's just won another awards. It was awarded a Masters in the recent Scotch Whisky Masters held by the Spirits business, and it's really sort of been around. It was first came out in the late 1980s, and to win such a recent award like that, just shows that it's got fabulous longevity, and just the quality of it is really second to none. So Johnnie Walker, as you might have spotted on the bottle, established 1820 down there, under the crest. And so it's actually celebrating its 200th anniversary this year, and of course there was a lot of celebrations planned, but they haven't quite happened for reasons that we all know. But there might be something later on in the year. But that date, 1820, is when John Walker opened his shop, grocery shop in Kilmarnock, just south of Glasgow. And as with a lot of these sort of other famous blends that we now know, his name became synonymous with the whisky that he was blending from the local distilleries around his shop. And he was also blending, famously blending sort of tea and coffee from around the British Empire as well. But he was getting whiskies from around distilleries around the Kilmarnock, Glasgow area, and then blending them himself. So this happened all across Scotland. So you've got stories that the Shivers brothers, you've got Arthur Bell, all having sort of shops, George Ballantyne, all having shops sort of around different areas of Scotland, blending their own whisky, and then really their whisky becoming associated with their name and their shop. So of course after a certain time people were buying John Walker's whisky and sort of referring to it as that. If you had this John Walker whisky, and then of course over time it's become Johnnie Walker and then grown into the massive brand that we know today, of which the Blue Label is the pinnacle of the core range, and contains some very old whiskies, and it's quite easily the most expensive whisky that I've reviewed here at the allotment. It's about 125, 130 pounds most places, but let's have a taste. Cheers. What hits you first? It's really soft. It's quite gentle, but it's got a lovely sort of richness. There's a lot of depth. There's a lot of layers of flavour here, and just sort of honey, vanilla. There's some green fruit like stewed apple and pear. Then there's some woody spices. A little bit of sort of dried fruits as well, maybe like a sultana or a raisin, something like that. And then underneath is this sort of wisp or lick of quite soft, sweet peat smoke, actually, really just in the background. But you've got these sort of 5 or 6 layers of things going on. Let's have another go. So that, yeah, again, there's so much I can add to this, but just wonderful whiskey. I mean, you can see why it's so popular and why it's, you know, won so many awards over the years, why it's held in such sort of high esteem by a lot of people, and continues to be so. You know, it's just absolutely delicious, and you can see that there's all these flavours and this sort of combination of flavour you can't really replicate without using old whiskies. So, you know, really, you know, so a lot of the whiskies, you know, they never reveal the recipe, of course, but and of course there's others within the core range. You know, the black label is 12 years. You know, they actually have the age statement. The green label is 15 years. Platinum label is 18 years, so on. But you know, this doesn't have an age statement, but it's got a flavour profile that can only be created by using old whiskies. So, you know, they don't reveal the age, but you know, a lot of the whiskies are over 20 years, and in some cases quite a lot more as well. So, absolutely delicious whiskey, and you know, fine choice for such a sort of lovely afternoon up here. So, with that, I'll let you get on, and I've got to walk home now. It's sort of 2 and a bit miles. So, until next time, take it easy, keep safe, and enjoy. Cheers.